Hey everybody, it's Angela, and I'm here today with another process video, and this one is going to feature one of the girl stamps. This is one by Olga Shenko at Little Blue Button Stamps, and it is a really cute image of a gal with her camera. And so I have several girl stamps that I've used on cards, but I wanted to go ahead and try using one on a layout. And this one was kind of perfect because, you know, it was just the pictures I'm going to scrap are of just a picnic that we had, and I just snapped a few photos. And there's also this stamp included that's a film strip, and these are red rubber stamps, so it's a little bit hard to get them lined up exactly, but I play around with it here and then I figure out kind of how I need to position it. So I go ahead and make a longer strip, and I'm just going to cut this into pieces so it's not like it's a big deal or anything. But here I just make a little bit longer strip and I get it pretty straight. And I think that's all I'm going to use out of this stamp set. But yeah, I just wanted to use her as an accent. So I'm going to color her up off camera, because you've seen me color up these girls. I just use colored pencil. And so now to go on to the layout, I had these three frames, like Polaroid type frames, in my stash. And I just went ahead and put my photos in there. And I'm going to use, for my background paper, this homespun paper from Crate Paper. And I used it on my last layout as well, and I had seen it and I really liked using it, so I just went ahead and I'm using the other piece on this layout. I grabbed that diagonal yellow stripe, which I thought would kind of echo the diagonal stripe on that one frame and the yellow on the other frame. And these two papers, the hearts and this diagonal stripe, are from the flea market collection. Those are some of the hot buy papers from Michaels. And so I'm just going to cut a pretty large mat that all three of those photos can sit on. So that's going to be kind of my configuration. And then to pop up the color, I'm going to mat it again on this diagonal yellow stripe paper. And I really love how bright and cheerful the papers are. And then I'm just going to use a portion of this other pink paper because I wanted to pull out the pink in the one photo. My mother-in-law is wearing a pink sweatshirt. And these are pictures from last summer. There's my husband and his mom there with her white hair. And we lost, you know, I've make a lot of things for my mother-in-law in the past and stuff, and we lost her just last week. So, and we had the memorial service last weekend, and so this was kind of therapy for me. I wanted to just make this layout and kind of remember her and think about her. And this is one of the, you know, last couple events that she was able to come to. So I'm going to use two large strips of those film strips on the right behind the girl, and then I'm going to use two smaller pieces of them elsewhere in my clustering. So now I'm just going to tack my layers together because I'm kind of liking how the positioning is. And of course I run out of adhesive, so I had to break into another one. And this is just going to be this one large central square for this layout. And I'm putting this frame up on foam tape, and the other two are, you know, just kind of down flat. So I'm just trying to get some glue underneath those items. And then the girl is going to overlap that one frame. So I'm going to adhere her directly to it, and then where it comes off the frame, I'm just backing it so it'll hold it all together. So that's going to be that cluster, and I really like how she turned out. I like the folds in her dress. I like the fact that she's just barefoot you know, so it kind of goes with this whole summer picnic kind of theme. And I apologize in advance. I had to stop this filming part the way or toward the end because I was actually scrapbooking during the day and the sun came out and threw off my filming. Normally I film either at night, well, mostly at night. And so I've never really had this be an issue before. And I don't have any blinds or curtains or anything on my scrap room window. So yeah, the contrast was just too bad and I had to stop there for a little bit. So I have this cut apart sheet, and I believe this is from the flea market paper pad. And I'm just looking through and finding a few things that either have the right color or the right sentiments on them and cutting them out because I just want to do a little bit of extra layering. I like this one that says together, and there's another one that says remember this. And then I liked, I don't think I've cut it out yet. I find another one that says mom and I, or me and mom, or something like that, which I put over the photo of my hubby and his mom. So I'm just going to trim out this tag. And I think I actually punch it the hole out too, but I wind up layering some other stuff over it. So I don't think that actually shows. I can't remember now. So I'm just going to put that remember this tag there. And then I'm just going to fuss a little bit. And then I'm going to pop a few more little film strip pieces in other areas as well. So I just pop that down. Yeah, and there's one spot where I'm going to use another piece of that film strip. And I have loosely 3 clusters. That cluster there, kind of where I have the cork camera. Another cluster up where I put that big star in the upper left-hand corner, and then the cluster where the girl is. And this cork camera and the 3 cork stars that I have came in, I think, my Cocoa Daisy kit. I get the Cocoa Daisy kit and the Scraptastic now. I used to get the Scraptastic Life Noted, but I've switched to the kits instead. So I've gotten just, I think, 2 months worth of the kits from there. So I think these might be Cocoa Daisy. And for some reason my glue was really runny. I don't know why. So I had to kind of like shake it up. And so I just kind of wiped it off and started over. Yeah, I don't know if it got warm, if the sun hit it and made it warm and everything. So I kind of get that working again and put that largest star up there in the corner. Oh, and those shield bugs. I don't know. Does anybody else get those things? Right now is shield bug time. You know, I had maple bugs earlier in the year, and now it's the invasion of the shield bugs. It's probably partly due to the fact that we live right by a somewhat large river, so we get a lot of wildlife here. And of course, you know, I don't have any screens on my window either, so I have no screens, no blinds, no curtains, not even a curtain rod. So I have to talk to the management company and see if they can pop for some screens and a blind or something. But luckily we're not overlooked by anybody, so it doesn't really make a difference just as far as the sun streaming in there. So now I'm going through my die cuts and looking for a few extra little tidbits that would work. I kind of wanted something that was a different shape than just a rectangle. And there's the one die cut that says Mom and Me that I pulled out of there. So So I'm just going through, I find that scalloped circle and think I might be able to get that to work. And I pulled those out because in that box were the homespun die cuts that went with that paper pad that I got my background paper out of. So I thought there might be something that would coordinate. And here you can see the sun has come out and things are starting, the shadows and stuff are just starting to get too much for my camera. So I have to turn it off here because it just wasn't very watchable. So here is the layout done, and I used a little bit more washi tape on the upper left and bottom right. I used some pink thickers to make my title Summer Afternoon, and did my journaling along the right hand side. So not too many big changes there. Now I'm just looking for some enamel pieces, and I have these October Afternoon Daily Flash. They've got hearts and stars, which I have the cork stars, and then I have the hearts on the background paper. So I think I go ahead and use some of each. I put a little star in that one film strip. And I think I put 3 at each kind of cluster area. So there's a second one up there, and I found out I hadn't even glued that down, so I had to go put that. So I used looks like a yellow star, a pink star, and a pink heart up there. Oh, I guess I put 4 up there. And I've already got 2 stars down there, so I put a 3rd yellow enamel dot down in my title cluster. And then up around the girl, I put another star, 2 stars, and I think a dot. It's just some little pops of color. And then I did my journaling kind of sideways along the side. Here I'm going to do some close-ups. And there's the girl. Didn't she turn out really good? I just love the way her dress came out with the folds and everything. And so that is my finished layout. It came together really fast. So if you have any questions or anything, just leave me a comment below. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.